Okay.
Hey Josh, are you ready to... What are you doing?
Hey Molly, check these out. I made these sunglasses so I don't forget my lines anymore. Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
So I can look cool at the same time.
Awesome.
Hey, I made a pair for you. Do you want one?
No, I'm all right. I've got my own glasses. Thank you, though.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Hello, welcome back to the New Game panel. My name is Josh.
And I'm Molly, and we have a jam-packed episode for you all today, courtesy of our sponsor, Clearview Networks.
That's right. On the panel today, we have Jacob, an actor from the Playhouse Theatre, followed by Tom, who is bringing the beloved sci-fi icon to Queensland.
And we also have Jason, a Twitch streamer making a difference online, as well as a New Game Plus segment for you all. We also have an exclusive look at Fraser Pop 2023 with some interviews with Australian pop culture royalty. Ooh. But with that said, let's get into it. Oh, you're right.
I'll be back. I've got to grab some new sunglasses now.
Ooh.
First up today, we have Jacob Treloar, an actor who performs at the Playhouse Theatre, to tell us about his journey through the stage.
Welcome. Oh, hello everyone. I'm Jacob Treloar. I'm happy to be on the New Game panel. I'm a bit of an actor, a bit of a filmmaker, a bit of a funny dude, cinematography, film concerts, do a couple of music videos, do skit. I'm very happy to be on the New Game panel. Why? Let's start the show. Hey!
Welcome, Jacob.
Oh!
Hey.
How you doing,
How
are you?
Come
Thank
take
you
a
so
seat.
much for coming
That's
on.
right,
Yeah.
thanks for inviting
We'll
me.
get this thing started.
Oh, all right.
Okay, Josh, I think we are missing something.
Yeah. What are we missing? Yeah, the couch.
Yeah.
Right. I will
Okay,
be right back.
Yep, all right, okay. All right, well, he won't be too far. He'll be right back, but in the meantime, cards? Yeah. All right, okay.
I'm Victoria, and welcome to the Collectors.
Hey, what are you doing?
What? God, I was this close.
All right, okay, all right.
We were doing some very important work.
Yeah,
Very important
all right.
work.
I'll take this.
Yep, that's glued. What was that?
Magic, boys.
Oh, Jacob, thanks for coming on the show, my man. How are you going?
My guy. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm going pretty good. How are you guys going?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Just filming the show.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Bit of a sweat, but I'm fine. Yeah.
That was a neat trick with the couch. I like that.
Oh, thanks.
Does that happen every time?
I think it's a two-stroke couch.
It's a
It gets there.
Yep. Beautiful.
Jacob, in the world of acting, because you've done that for quite a while for the Playhouse Theatre.
Allegedly.
Because I've worked with you as well on a couple of sets. Mary Poppins. That's how I got to know you.
Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
Ah,
And Midsummer's Night's Dream.
so good.
That was awesome.
That was so good.
What? How do you get into character?
Well, everyone has their different, ways of doing it. I find it easy if I find a walk that the character does every different people have different walks, so if you get the walk,
Yep.
you're good. Sometimes there's a phrase, you know, weird as it sounds, a phrase can get you in character. But yeah, I usually go for a walk.
Yeah.
A
Walk
nice-
in their shoes.
a nice,
Yeah,
nice
Very
stroll,
good.
that's it.
Yeah. So have you had any sort of training or anything?
Yeah. I've been doing kind of acting classes for about 16 years.
Okay.
And then through that time I've been doing lots of Trinity College exams. So they used to, before COVID, send an examiner from England
Oh, right.
to Bundaberg, and you just sit in a room with them and they judge you on the pieces, on your theory, on how you do stuff, and yeah, it's a good way to learn your craft.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's ridiculous, but good fun.
Right. So, what kind of roles do you normally play?
I usually go for the comedic kind of light-hearted
right.
roles. However, I do like a good villain. When people start booing you, so good.
Have you got a good villain laugh?
I don't know, mate. All right, let's try. Let's close our eyes. Imagine the horror, worst villain. How's that? Was that pretty
That's
good?
That was
spine chilling.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty time frame.
yeah, yep. Brilliant.
Terrifying. So what's been the most favourite role for you to play?
Oh, that's a bit of a hard question. Every role has something that you fall in love with, right? I recently played Shrek in Shrek Musical.
Yes.
That was such a great experience. Just an amazing character, amazing to like sink your teeth into your state of mind. As weird as it sounds for Shrek, but it was an awesome experience. Another one that I really loved is Doug from Cozzy.
Okay.
Cozzy's a bit of a serious play about a mental institute. Great movie, great script, great play. I played Doug. He was a pyromaniac with questionable tendencies.
Okay. Was it a phrase or a walk for him?
Oh, it was a mindset for him. It was, went for a dark place for that one, but it was very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally, you can be in the chorus, just be a tree in, backstage, and you can have the best time of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
I can't count how many plays you've been in. Like, you've started back when?
I started Playhouse 2017. That might be accurate, it might not be, but I've been in about 20 productions with the Playhouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then done Drama Queens, which is what I've learnt through. There's a studio called Drama Queens for about 16 years.
Do you have any dream roles that you just absolutely love to do?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Anything that you can make an audience connect with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To get any reaction out of an audience is just magical.
Yeah.
Even if it's like I hate them, or that guy. But just anything that invokes like a reaction.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
the key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Jacob, besides the Playhouse Theatre, you have a passion for, camera work,
yeah.
and getting into that video side of things. And you worked with Dave Quarrell on a few projects.
Yeah.
And how was that experience for you?
David's just the worst to work with. He's just such a diva, and I just can't stand. I'm actually annoyed you brought up his name. No, he's awesome. He's such a great teacher. I've learnt so much working under him and working with him. Just crazy the amount of knowledge he's imparted with me, and forever will be grateful with that. And I've got so much more to learn as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
which I'm super excited for.
Awesome.
Because you got a camera down there, and that's yours.
Yeah,
as well?
yep, that's my
That's your-
baby, my darling, my gal. Yeah, so I bought that, and yeah, haven't looked back since. Didn't regret it at all.
A Canon, I see.
Yeah, Canon C70. I've got the 24 to 105 lens on there.
Yes.
I run a NTG4 just as the shotgun mic, and then I usually use an Atomos little
monitor,
thing.
yeah.
Monitor,
Cool.
and yeah,
It's a run and gun type shoot. That
yeah, easy to pick up, turn on, and you're good to go.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Quite an imposing looking camera it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, but it's a good bit of work.
Does the job.
Does the job.
Does what it
the
needs
job.
to do.
Yes. All
And I
right.
see you brought some friends along as well.
Yes.
You're into.
Yes. We, speaking of Dave Quarrell,
Yes.
myself, Dave Quarrell, Tim Gregg, Warren Duxbury, has kind of joined forces, and we're doing a project with puppets. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that.
Oh.
It'll be good fun. So this fella, his name is Victor. Victor the Voice.
Okay.
Yep, he's a
Yeah, bring it up
amazing
here. See what,
Yeah. he's
we're
a
dealing with. What's this?
ridiculous how good
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is. Warren made this one.
Yeah.
He is phenomenal. Ah, man. Yeah, and we've shot a couple of.
Made from scratch, right?
All of these made from scratch. Yeah, like this
Yeah.
one over here isn't even finished. We made this weekend,
Oh.
and you can kind of.
I just thought he was in a plant pot.
No, there'll be a whole body and everything, but yeah, there's a whole like.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought he was
how
like
very-
a
that's
cactus
really-
or something.
Cactus.
I mean, that's what I thought we
a
were
blue
going.
cactus.
I don't know. That's what I thought we were going for. I was like, yeah, okay.
Anything
Suspend your
flies,
belief.
apparently,
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
ain't
very
a cactus,
creative.
darling. These guys. Yeah, we'll add some arms to him, and then yeah, it'll be
All right.
It'll be good
Yeah,
fun.
right,
We use Unreal Engine and green screens for the the whole virtual production. Yeah, so just learning that it's good fun.
Very good. All right. And you game as a hobby, I hear? Do you?
I dabble. I partake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a couple games with the friends every now and then. Can't go wrong in social settings with Jackbox
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. But recently, actually, been playing Call of Duty Zombies, which is not usual
No.
for me.
Which one?
Yeah, which
Second
one?
I think Cold War we're playing, and the newest one.
Yeah.
Is that the second one?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the that is the reboot. Yeah.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not good
Yeah,
at that.
no.
I
I
usually
just-
play Civilization 5. That's all like
Yeah.
Age
Yeah.
of Empires. That's my
Yeah.
go-to. But
Those are good. Yeah.
or even Spore if I'm feeling nostalgic. Yeah, but
You can have some good
but
fun with Spore.
with camera stuff and the puppet
Yeah.
stuff, I don't have time,
Yeah.
sadly. But it's good fun.
Definitely.
Once again, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
It's
thank
been
you for coming on my show. You guys are a delight. Anyway, next segment we've got Charlie, and he's come along with a little chocolate factory. I don't know what comes next. What's next?
Who we calling?
Well, I haven't talked to Mr. Fury for a while.
Yeah.
So we give him a call.
Yeah. Good idea. Is it ringing?
Oh. Yep, it's ringing.
Let me hear.
Mr. Fury, there's a phone call for you. Yo, Josh, Molly.
Hey, how are ya?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Hey Rick, do you want to go see the new Barbie movie and probably get our nails done?
I can do that.
Sweet, that'll be so much fun.
Hang on one sec.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd love to. Oh yeah, hey guys, don't forget the new game plus.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. We would have forgotten.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
All right, Rick.
We'll talk to you later, okay?
Yeah.
I'll catch you later.
Don't forget Barbie.
Good job. Good job. Let's get out of here. Do it.
All right, Molly, can you tell us what we're playing today?
We are playing Animal Crossing.
Are we?
No, Resident Evil 4, the remake.
As a Leon. His hair looks pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, I do like the nice swoop he's got on.
Yeah, he's gone to a cosplay ball. Let's head back to the
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Taco Bell took him out.
Yeah.
He just ran headfirst into barbed wire.
Oh, barbed wire.
Oh, birds.
Bob Ross.
Boards.
Anything here? Any food? Take me back to the good times. Oh, okay. He's
Why do you get strawberry jam on his badge?
really.
Got you, homie.
Nice.
Escape from the Hunter's Lodge.
Yep, I can do that. Oh, you mother!
Oh, it's the dude with the neck! Ah! Okay! Don't stab him in the neck. We've just established that neck shots don't do anything. Hide under the bed.
Oh yeah. I need to go to sleep.
Well, I think you might have to put it in this guy. Can you all line up in
Yep.
a single file?
Yeah. Okay, that was.
Superhero landing.
You've been watching Deadpool too.
Yeah!
Now do I look cool?
Alright, you get the big one.
Oh, I'm not gonna get the big one.
Man, I'm dead.
Wait,
That
get
was.
flash grenade.
Yeah. What were you gonna do with that, sir? Okay, I'm. There's something I need to do here to get the shotgun.
We have that though.
I know, but there's another one.
Double shotgun?
Oh, well, let's say hello to our locals, Molly.
Well, that is just unfortunate.
But this chicken, though.
The chicken's like, revenge for KFC.
Colonel Sanders, no! Hey guys, I love your fireplace. Looks good.
Yep.
Looks awesome. Hello.
Yep.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna grab a quick firearm. I'll just shut this door for my
Safety.
protection.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
Oh shit! Oh,
No, I went out.
oh god! Oh god! Guys, I know this is a good picnic, but I gotta keep going. I'll just do loopy loops.
Okay.
Is that money? I'm rich!
Oh. You're in trouble.
No, take him instead. Playtime's over.
But bingo is way too important.
We just started, okay.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, we got to the title scene.
John Jarratt, Australian actor and writer, most well known for his role as Mick Taylor from the Wolf Creek franchise and his cameo in Django Unchained.
John, you are widely recognised for your role as Mick Taylor
Yep.
in the Wolf Creek franchise. How did you end up approaching that character?
How did I approach it? Well, I read the script.
Yes.
And I thought it was a great script just back in 2003. That's when we did the first one. And then I went and met the director who'd never directed a film before. And he had a cinematographer who'd never shot a drama before. And then he said, we've got to get two Aussie girls to play the Pommy girls, the English girls, because we can't afford English girls. And I was thinking, well, this is going to be a schmozzle, you know, because it's a great script, but I don't think these guys know how to put it on the screen. But as it turned out, they were very green, but they were insanely talented. And and they exploded the film off the screen. And how I approached it, I had to get into the mind of a psychopath and serial killer, so I read a bit of Ivan Milat's stuff. It wasn't based on Ivan Milat or anything like that. And I understood what they were, and you know, they have no empathy, and it's sort of like shooting a pommy backpacker is a lot more fun than shooting a kangaroo. You can have more fun with them, you know. They're still pommies, you know, so it doesn't really matter.
Because Mick Taylor, his persona is really complex. Is there a backstory to that character that you want to explore?
There's always a backstory to everything I do. I go from when my character was born to page 0, and page 0 is just before page 1 of the script. And yeah, I gave him a complete and utter history, and I knew exactly who he was. And I needed, then the thing you do after that is how much of me can I bring to it to give it honesty, right? Because I'm not a serial killer and I'm not a psychopath, so I had to understand that, and he and justify his justification for it, you know. And so I used my father, who is a real tough guy, and I come from the bush, and Dad was a chunky guy and very funny, but very tough man, strong, tough man, and great sense of humour, and he had a deep voice.
So that's why I did the Mick Taylor one. It goes right, I bring it down by putting the croak in it. It goes down. I don't know why. It does.
And so it was basically my father, who I understood very, very well, and I threw in a bit of psychopath and serial killer, and off I went.
Because Wolf Creek has a big dedicated fan base, and has resonated with audiences. What do you believe draws viewers to that?
Personally, I'm not a fan of zombie movies or Freddy Krueger's or Leatherface, because I think that Wolf Creek works and it's very scary because it can happen. Because it's like Cape Fear and Psycho, and
it's got that
Hannibal
ground-based
Lecter.
raw feel that you've done.
Yeah, there's no masks. You have to actually act, and I think that number one, it's very, very scary, and number two, the thought of being stuck in the outback, which is the other scary character. There's two scary characters, and he's sort of part of it, and that sort of thing, that feeling that you can't beat him and you can't kill him, you know, he's undefeatable.
John, I got to ask, Wolf Creek 3. What's
Yeah.
the news on this? What's happening?
Our problem is that Greg McLean is very successful now as a director, and he's flat out till February, March on a Stand project, which won't get affected by we won't get too affected by the US stuff, the strike. But so we've got to wait till Greg gets free of his commitments so we can make the movie. That's okay. I stay really fit and I'm very healthy, and I can still play him.
You know, beyond Wolf Creek, you have appeared in numerous other notable films and TV shows such as The Blue Healers, Inspector Morse, McLeod's Daughters, Rogue, Django Unchained as well. Are there any specific projects or collaborations that you feel you have particularly influential or rewarding?
Oh, well, that's basically one of my favourite gigs in the last 50 years, and the 100 odd things I've done. Well, Picnic Hang Rock, obviously, because that was my first year in the business, and I was involved in a film that turned the corner for Australian cinema, and it was a brilliant film. I played Ned Kelly in The Last Outlaw, which is a mini-series, which I got Best Actor for, which I think is an extraordinary series. I was, like everyone says, "G'day Mick." Back in the 80s, they used to say, "G'day Ned." It was before you were born, obviously. And then Fields of Fire, which was a series about cane cutting, And it went for 3 series. It was very successful. I really loved that. And I did a film called All Men Are Liars. It didn't do very well, but I think it was a fantastic film and I really enjoyed it. And then Mick Taylor, I suppose. So they're my picks out of them. It's hard to pick them because there's a lot of others that I really love.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a few I can easily forget.
Well, that was Fraser Pop for 2023.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was a great event. You know, I like to thank Principal Simon and the volunteers from Maryborough State High School for putting on an excellent show.
Yeah, they always do a fantastic job.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I can't wait for next year.
I know, they always do bigger and better, so I can't see what next year brings. Can't wait to see it. Now, we meet up with Tom, who brings a touch of the Whovian to events around Queensland with his TARDIS for Hire business. Welcome, Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Jason.
And we
Are hire a TARDIS.
Yeah, we are. Just a TARDIS?
Well, we have a few TARDISes that you can hire. This is an example of one of them right there.
Oh, yeah.
Which one's that one?
That's the Tennant TARDIS. 10th Doctor.
Is it also the Eccleston TARDIS? Just in case people have favourites.
Well, I mean, there's a very slight difference there, but I don't think they'll notice.
And can we hire them to anybody?
Anybody.
Even him?
Just about.
I don't like him.
No.
No, he scares me.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are Hire a TARDIS, and if you do need to hire a TARDIS, you can contact hireatardis.com.au.
And hey, thank you for having us today on the New Game panel.
Welcome, Tom.
Thrilled to be here.
Lovely. Now, can you give us a brief history of your TARDIS for Hire business?
Yeah, this actually started over in the UK in, I think, 2010. I met a friend who was a fan of the show many, many years ago when it got cancelled shortly after Sylvester McCoy was the Doctor.
Yeah.
So he had bought one TARDIS and one Dalek to kind of immerse himself in the fandom a bit more. They had gathered a lot of dust since, and he was looking at repairing them. He came to me with a quick question about something and showed me a police public call box sign. And I said, well, before we go any further, what are you doing? What is this? And he explained it all to me. And I said, well, I'm definitely getting on board with this. As a massive Whovian fan myself, I'll help you fix this up. And so we did. We spent, I think, about a month kind of solidly refurbishing these props to get them kind of display ready again, with the plan just being, let's just, you know, hire them out, offer them out throughout the UK, just spread a little joy, raise a little money for charity, see where we go. And the whole thing just, I think, really took off. Like back in 2010, Tennant had just finished being the Doctor for the first time. So it was huge. Pretty much every single one of our weekends we were booked away. Any annual leave I had from my day job was booked for these hires and things, and over time, sort of the fundraising and putting money back into this, the prop collection just grew and grew until we realised we had a serious problem.
Yeah. So that's amazing. Like, what kind of events do you normally go to with your?
The biggest, so I would say the most popular, definitely weddings. We've done more weddings than anything else.
Weddings, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially after, I think, Series 5 with Matt Smith as the Doctor. His first season ends with Amy Pond getting married. The TARDIS appears at the wedding, and that really, I think, took off with people. The whole something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue line, representing the Doctor's story of how he came across the TARDIS. Yeah, people love that. So weddings is a massive one. Other than that, I guess a fair few corporate events, and then filming things really as well. So we have, worked with the BBC on a couple of occasions. There were episodes in both Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi's eras where they were calling for classic era Daleks, and obviously the BBC didn't have any anymore, so they came to us, which was awesome, and we kind of got to help out the show itself.
That's amazing. And just how was that working with Peter Capaldi?
Oh, amazing, yeah. Because the first time we worked with the BBC was with Matt Smith, but that was literally a kind of deliver the props and walk away type scenario. Whereas with the Peter Capaldi one, they kind of asked me to come down for the day. Originally, I was just kind of invited to be there as just a thank you type thing, but the time came when they said, we are now going to have to shoot from the other end of the room. and because we've used all the Daleks, you know, at the front of the room, in front of the cameras where we were filming at the back, there's now this big empty dead space where the cameras were, and we've run out of Dalek operators. And I was like, you have not.
Yeah.
I can operate Daleks. I do it a lot. I've done all the Dalek training. I know, you know, guns and plungers need to be up to represent alive and down for dead, you know. I won't let you down. They were like, all right then, get in there.
What an experience, eh?
Indeed,
That'd be awesome.
amazing. And at the end of the day, when everyone has to help each other out of their Daleks, it's all over very sudden. You know, filming kind of once it's done, there's no reason for anyone to hang around, so they all just leave.
Yeah.
And as I finally managed to get out of my Dalek, I saw kind of everyone had wandered off. There was just one Dalek kind of high up on a plinth, or not a plinth, but I guess kind of an elevated stadium where there were 3 Daleks. One still had its head on. So I just wandered over and kind of knocked on it and said, hello, is anyone in there? And this little voice went, yes. And I was like, my God, this is a Friday. Like, how long would you have been trapped in there if if we hadn't noticed? And yeah, then because everyone went home, I did the only mature, responsible thing to do, and I snuck aboard the TARDIS for a little while.
Yeah.
And had a little play at the controls.
Oh,
so
brilliant.
all in all, one of the best days ever.
Yeah, definitely sounds like it.
Yeah.
So what attracted you to Doctor Who in the first place?
Well, I grew up, so I was born in the 90s, very early 90s, at a time, so at this time Doctor Who was kind of done already. The Sylvester McCoy era had finished. There was a movie in 96 with Paul McGann, didn't really take off. But my dad was always a massive fan, and he had a lot of VHSs. So we would spend a lot of Saturdays watching mostly John Pertwee, the third Doctor, together. Learning about the Daleks kind of absolutely terrified me, but also excited me at the same time. And I would go to school and, you know, like with the other kids, try to introduce them to this concept of, you know, playing Doctor Who in the playground, that kind of thing. And no one really got it for ages.
Yeah.
And then kind of 2005, when it was coming back, we kind of got excited for it with Christopher Eccleston, whatever. Suddenly it took off like as a huge hit. And then, you know, that's suddenly I was incredibly popular because I knew just so much more about this show that everyone thought was only just beginning.
Yeah.
I really love what you do. And is there any particular events that you enjoy the most?
Any particular events? I guess I think anything to do with filming is always fun. We do get people that want to hire props for things like fan films.
Oh, okay.
And it's just always fun watching them film, seeing kind of the plots and stories they've come up with. One of the fun things about Doctor Who is, you know, there's a lot of special effects going on, so it's incredibly funny to see how these amateur teams are doing these really clever ways of like framing something or getting someone to do something so that they can make that effect seem very real on an even more limited budget than the show itself.
Awesome. So, like, obviously the Doctor Who fandom is quite passionate. Do you always get a good response whenever you go to events?
I would say, yeah, absolutely. We've never had, I would say, a bad response.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong. Yes, the Doctor Who fandom is passionate, and everyone believes, you know, they understand how Doctor Who should be done, of course. And if you even slightly deviate from that, you're incorrect.
Yes.
So we do sometimes at some of the Comic-Cons and things where we are helping everyone through with photos for just a gold coin donation type thing. We do get a lot of catching up with people on what they think of the show, and I think most people, again, are kind of favourable, but over recent years we did start to get a lot more, I guess, complaints than what people liked about it. We definitely kind of noticed that shift. But also then since kind of they've announced that Russell T Davies is coming back to showrunner again, with David Tennant being the Doctor again, kind of revitalising some of that, the era when it was kind of really at its peak with David Tennant. Again, we immediately saw a lot more cosplayers returning and doing Doctor Who again, which was just amazing to see.
Yes. Tom, I gotta know why, in the Doctor Who universe, why is David Tennant coming back in that?
Oh, we don't know. We don't know. So
I need to know.
this wasn't an ordinary regeneration. We kind of know that much because when Jodie Whittaker regenerated, normally when the Doctor regenerates, all except, you know, way before they'd thought ahead with the first into the second Doctor, his clothes or her clothes, you know, remain the same. However, on this occasion, the clothes regenerated as well. So Tennant was not in Whittaker's outfit. He was in what I'm wearing now. So We suspect there's, some interference involved.
Okay.
What that could mean, no idea. However, 10 years ago, to this year, the 50th anniversary, we saw Tom Baker coming back on screen for the first time, not technically as the Doctor, but as what they called the curator.
Yes.
And he mentioned to, at the time, incumbent 11th Doctor Matt Smith, he said, you may find yourself revisiting one or two faces in the future, but just the old favourites, eh? So it seems that David Tennant must be one of the old favourites.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's fascinating. Because it's just not the TARDIS that you hire out, because you've got a few Cybermen here as well.
Oh, we have a lot.
You have a...
It got out of control.
No, just a little.
Indeed. Once we were offered more storage space, that was really kind of the only thing holding us back. And it's an amazing community, actually, the Doctor Who props community. So a lot of us, are making our own things, but you will find people that specialise in either, mask sculpting or, a particular process that works really well. For example, kind of the inner tubing on that Cyberman there is quite a hard one to get down. So there's a lot of stuff that we do kind of make ourselves, a lot of stuff we don't make ourselves. It's all kind of mix and match.
Yeah.
No, I love it all.
So it's all unique.
Indeed.
Yeah. Look, we've got to know. Is it really bigger on the inside?
Of course. Only on Thursdays though. Okay. What's today? Friday?
Thank you.
Sorry, you'll have to wait. Although, I will say one thing that we have done a lot, especially with churches, is build the TARDIS with the back off. And so for a lot of weddings, you have the guests kind of entering the TARDIS through the back, and we build that then in front of the church doors so that when they enter the church, it's kind of like the bigger on the inside.
Well, that's awesome.
A cathedral-esque TARDIS effect, very kind of Paul McGann's era. So technically it can be bigger on the inside if you would like. We just need a bit of forward planning.
Yeah, some notice.
Indeed.
Yes.
Tom, how can people reach you?
We are on hireatardis.com.au. I think we're on Facebook, Instagram. I believe we even have a TikTok now.
TikTok. I'll look that up.
Yeah, but I think the Facebook is currently kind of the most populated. We've got an email address, info@hireatardis.com.au, which I think you guys emailed us at first.
Yes.
So that would be, I think, the best way to reach us. But we're not hard to find. If you type Hire a TARDIS into Google, we're usually results 1 and 2.
Yeah, very good. That's where you want to be.
Indeed.
Yeah, very good.
Terrific, Tom. Thank you so much for coming on board.
I've loved it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, definitely. We really enjoyed all the tidbits that you were able to offer us.
Brilliant.
And and this is the 15th Doctor's outfit?
This is the 14th Doctor.
14th,
yes.
okay.
So David Tennant is technically now both the 10th and the 14th Doctor,
gotcha.
and Ncuti Gatwa will be coming in imminently as the 15th Doctor.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Looking forward
So
to
this is the next, I guess, outfit that will be seen on screen.
Oh, very
nice.
Lovely.
Finally, we have Jason, a passionate cosplayer who brings a range of characters to life.
Hi guys, my name is Jason. I am a Rockhampton-based cosplayer. In my spare time, I enjoy playing D&D, working on new cosplays, as well as reading the Marvel comics and watching the movies. I still believe to this day that I am one of the 4th Hemsworth brothers, still waiting on the DNA results to confirm. Thank you so much to Josh and Molly for inviting me to be part of the new game panel.
Welcome, Jason. Glad that you can make it to the panel.
Yes.
So, what got you into cosplay?
I never started out actually wanting to get into cosplay. I think at the time I thought it was like a little bit of like a niche thing where I was like, this is not me. But looking back retrospectively, like I'd been involved in theatre, I loved costumes, like from when I was a kid, I loved watching all of the TV shows and everything. I got into it. I remember in primary school, all of my friends that during lunchtime we'd be playing the Avengers. Okay. Obviously I was Thor.
Strongest Avenger.
Oh, 100%. So he's been a very, very long time favourite. But originally what got me into cosplaying was I'm from Rockhampton.
Yes.
And they have their regional Capricorn, which is coming up, I think, at the 2nd of September.
Yes, yep.
And I knew that it was happening, and I had a couple of friends who were sort of like, hey, you should come. And I was not really keen to go because I was like, I don't know, I'm not going to know anybody there.
Yeah.
Like I had never been to these things before, and I was working as a barista with a mobile coffee van at the time, and my boss was like, hey, can you come and help me out in the morning for this event and then you're free for the rest of the day? And I was like, okay. It was very on the spot. I had not intended to go, so I had no cosplay to wear.
Oh, goodness.
But I was like, I'm not turning up to a cosplay event in civilian clothes. It's just not going to happen.
No.
So I spent the day before hurriedly running around Spotlight, grabbing things, and I made probably the worst looking Thor Ragnarok costume that you've ever seen.
Oh God.
And I turned up the next day and I had an awesome time. Like the cosplayers were so good to talk to. Like as soon, all you do was say, hey, I love it. Can you talk me through it?
Yeah.
And immediately they would be so happy to talk with you. More than happy to answer any questions or anything. And then they were like, hey, do you have Instagram? Let's follow. And that was it. That was what started the journey. After that one day, I'd already made so many different friends. And from there, I was like, okay, I love this. I love this so much. I need to keep going.
Yes.
And so I ended up buying my first cosplay. It was Thor the Dark World. And then from there, I went down to Brisbane and was part of their Oz Comic Con for 1 year. So that was kind of the beginning of my cosplay journey.
Yeah.
It wasn't planned, but I'm so happy that I did it.
Yeah. Best things in life just happen by accident, don't they?
Is Thor one of your, so Thor's your biggest cosplayers that you've ever done?
He's definitely got a very special place in my heart, that's for sure.
Yes.
As I said, he's been a very long time favourite. He was my first cosplay.
Okay.
I've had a couple, this is probably the third different costume of his. So I've got Ragnarok.
Which one's this one?
This one here is from Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
So I've got, Ragnarok, Dark World and Love and Thunder, so.
Very good. Do you have any current projects that you're working on, or?
I have a couple that I am having to go back and fix.
Okay.
On a recent outing to the Fraser Pop Festival, there were a couple of ones that I needed to go back and fix. So I was test driving Angel from the X-Men and Mr. Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon. So both of those I've got to go back and do a couple of things on. But new cosplays, I'm going to try and do Fred Jones from Mystery Incorporated coming up into the Halloween season.
Oh, very good.
So yeah, that one is probably going to be my next one.
Yeah, I reckon you'd make a great Fred, actually.
Yeah. Your Archangel, like the wings, how did you end up making them?
Oh, I would love to take credit and say that I made them.
Oh, okay.
I really would. I had a lot of questions. People were like, these are amazing. And I was like, I didn't actually make them. I tried making my own set of wings and they just didn't work. They were extremely heavy, really, really clunky.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just were not functional.
Oh, I mean, the end result, man, they look pretty damn good.
Because I asked a couple of different cosplayers, I was like, hey, do you guys have any recommendations on where you'd get them from? And I got recommended a seller from Etsy. And I looked at their store and I was like, okay, these seem pretty good. Like the pricing was all right. And so when they turned up, I was extremely happy with them. They were really, really lightweight. All of the feathers are made out of foam. So yeah, the whole thing is extremely easy to move and everything. So yeah, I was extremely happy with them.
Awesome. Do you have, when it comes to cosplay, like a pet peeve or just something that just really grinds your gears?
I think it might be when people turn up and they don't want to have any interactions with people.
Yeah.
I'm a social butterfly. I'm a very, very big extrovert person. And it bothers me when people put lots of effort into wearing a cosplay to an event. And when kids come up and like, hey, whoever it is, they just sort of like don't acknowledge it, or it's like a quick, it's like you're there for other people to admire your cosplay. Like the very least that you can do is sort of make those interactions happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's probably got to be my pet peeve. Cosplayers who don't want to engage with the people who are coming to see them.
Yeah.
Because you've, when did you start again? Back?
So, 2019, I think.
So quite a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throughout your time going to conventions, is there a particular one that you enjoyed the most?
One of my fondest memories was my first time going to Brisbane.
Yeah.
I went there kind of I guess I was on the high of going to cons. It was the second one that I'd ever gone to. And I drove down to Brisbane. I dragged my sister with me. She was a very unwilling participant for the day. But I kind of didn't really know anybody there. I knew there were a couple faces from Instagram that was nice to meet in person.
Yeah.
But I was just sort of walking around, contemplating my life decisions, being like, oh, what am I doing here? Like, I don't know anybody. And it was kind of like a low moment of the day. Maybe I just hadn't eaten something or needed another coffee.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there was this kid that was like, look, it's Thor. And they probably thought they were using the inside voice, but they weren't. And I turned around, I sort of scanned and I saw them, and there were these 3 little boys, probably around 5. And they all sort of got a little bit spooked that I'd turned around. And I made my way over to them. And I got down on one knee and I was giving them all handshakes and high fives, thanking them for saving the city while I wasn't able to be there. And just sort of like talking to them for a bit. And then, we got some photos and I waved goodbye and I went to leave. And one of the mums stopped me and she was like, thank you so much for just taking the time. No one's done that today. You have made a memory that they're never going to forget. Thank you so much for
that's
that.
good. Good on you, man.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I was like, okay, done. Like, if that was it, if this is the only thing I came here to do, it was worth it.
Exactly. I can die happy now. I've
exactly.
made a change in the world.
And apart from that, like you must get into character.
I'll try my best.
Yeah.
I mean, you can never quite be the original, but I like reading the comics when I can, like watching the movies, so that you kind of have an idea of what the character knows, so that you can at least take on some of their traits when interacting with people.
I mean, you kind of look like Chris Hemsworth, to be honest.
That is the biggest compliment I've ever been given. Thank you.
So you've told us about your favourite memories from conventions. Is there any that you dream of going to one day?
I would love to go to the international ones. Cosplay has opened up like a wide network of people, especially over social media. Like I've got friends in France, in the States, England, like everywhere, and they're all posting about where they're going and what they're doing and who they're going as. I would love to go to some of the international conventions. That is the dream.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. Yeah.
I imagine customs would be interesting. You're just sort of going through and they're like, what's this? What's this? What's this?
That's another one that we'll lose for sure,
Oh, yeah, no.
We're never going to see you again if you go inside. We're like, where's Jason? Where's Jason? Where's he gone?
No, I'll be here for a while. So, that is the dream, being able to go overseas to a con.
Definitely.
Lovely.
If that's the case, you'll take us both in your suitcase.
Oh, yeah.
I can't not take you guys with me.
Yeah, I know. Carry on.
Yeah, exactly. I just like to book these in like a little compartment above, please.
We'll just lay there. Hey, what's up, man?
Don't make a move until we get there.
Just feed you guys some snacks up above.
Some peanuts.
Fantastic. And because cosplay is reaching out to a bigger audience, and there's people that want to get involved, how do you do this? How do you make this? Is there any advice that you'd give to someone who just wants to start out?
We never all start out like this. It's so cliche to the point that me saying it probably has no impact, but we never all start out like this. Like as I was saying before, I threw together my first costume. My first cosplay was tragic.
Yeah.
I cringe every time the memories come up on Facebook.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't want to see that, please.
Yes, no, my first, who was I? I was Black Widow. Not good. Not good.
You did a better job. I couldn't fit in the Black Widow suit. I couldn't. Look, you pulled it off better than me.
Well, at least there's that.
So we never all start out like this, but we did start. That's probably got to be my biggest piece of advice is, sure, go to your first convention if you're just sort of figuring out it's for you. You don't have to go and cosplay. There are great t-shirts that you can wear to show that you're part of the fandom. If that's the first place that you want to go. And then from there you can kind of be like, this is where I want to go. Or no, I'm just happy observing. And then from there, just taking small steps. People are there for you to ask questions for, and they're more than happy to help out.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
Jason, thank you so much for coming on the panel today.
Yeah.
Where can we all find you in some of your video? Do you have any? You have Instagram?
I've got Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok as well.
I got TikTok. I don't use it very. That's one thing that I'm going to try and do this year. Now that I've finished my university studies, is make sure that my cosplay content is a lot more consistent.
Very good.
So we're Sons of the Lightning Hammer. On Instagram with underscores in between all of them. So sorry for everybody out there trying to search for me. And then I think on TikTok we are Thunder Down Under. So yeah, that's where you can find me if you want to have a look at some more content.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Jason.
you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone who joined us today on the panel.
Yeah.
What an amazing episode. It's jam-packed, eh?
Yeah. If you liked it, please make sure you let us know. And also, don't forget to check out the rest of the content that we've filmed, and also all the rest of QITV Network's content as well. See you later.